Picture this. It's 1815. The air is thick with smoke and the smell of gunpowder. Cannons are booming across the fields of Waterloo. In the middle of all this, Napoleon Bonaparte stands tall. He's looking over the battlefield, planning his next move. This is the world Napoleon shaped, a world where entire countries could win or lose based on his military smarts. When we hear his name, we think of huge armies, clever moves, and big wins that changed the map of Europe. But how did this seemingly regular guy become so powerful? How did he change how wars were fought and leave a mark that's still felt today? This is the story of Napoleon's war strategies, a look inside the mind of a military master. We'll explore the ideas behind his campaigns, the new things he brought to war, and the wins and losses that shaped his rule. We'll use exciting historical stories and smart analysis to understand his military genius. Join us as we explore the world of Napoleon, a world created through battles. To understand how brilliant Napoleon was, we need to go back to when he was young. Born on the island of Corsica, Napoleon learned about military life from his dad. This got him interested in strategy and tactics, an interest that grew stronger at military schools in Brienne and Paris. These schools helped him become the military genius he was. He studied famous military leaders like Alexander the Great, Julius Caesar, and Frederick the Great. These historical figures gave him a base to build his own way of fighting. Napoleon's early military jobs gave him real-world experience, very different from what he read in books. The Siege of Toulon, a big moment in his early career, showed his tactical skills and his ability to think differently. He had to retake the city from British forces, so Napoleon came up with a clever plan using cannons. His win at Toulon not only helped him move up in the military, but also showed he could adapt and create new ideas. The Italian campaign made him even more famous as a great commander. His quick moves and decisive wins against the Austrians showed he was a master of speed. These early experiences, a mix of book learning and real-world practice, made Napoleon the military strategist who would soon control Europe. Napoleon won battles because of the important ideas behind his strategic thinking. These ideas, a mix of classic military thinking and new adaptations, let him outsmart and defeat his enemies. One of his most important ideas was speed. Napoleon knew that war wasn't about standing still. He believed in attacking fast, using the enemy's weaknesses before they could react. His armies, trained to march and fight very quickly, often traveled far, surprising their enemies. Another key idea was concentrating his forces. Napoleon knew it was important to have a lot of troops at the main attack point. He would often split his army at the beginning of a campaign, only to bring them back together at a key moment, attacking a weakened enemy with his full force. This, along with his quick actions, let him win fast, minimizing losses and making his enemies give up. Napoleon hated long wars. He wanted to deliver fast and powerful attacks, crushing the enemy's spirit and winning quickly. He knew that war wasn't just about physical strength, but also about mental strength. On top of these ideas, Napoleon was great at using the enemy's weaknesses. He studied his opponents carefully, finding problems in their plans, formations, and even their personalities. He would then use these weaknesses against them. This mix of speed, decisiveness, and strategic cleverness was the foundation of Napoleon's military genius. Section 4, The Tools of Victory, Napoleon's Innovations in Warfare. At the Battle of Austerlitz, Napoleon showed he was a master of battlefield tactics, winning one of his most famous victories. The battles of Jena-Auerstedt showed how well he could outsmart his enemies, but the shadow of Borodino reminds us that even the best can face really tough challenges. Even though he won a lot, Napoleon made mistakes. His invasion of Russia in 1812 is a clear example of going too far and making bad choices. The harsh winter and the huge distances were big problems, leading to a terrible retreat and many deaths. Napoleon changed how wars are fought, and nobody can deny that. Military leaders have studied and copied his strategies and tactics for centuries. From his use of fast maneuvering to his focus on artillery, Napoleon's legacy still affects modern warfare. His ability to inspire and lead his troops is still a top example of military leadership.